4 a.m. I've struggled for the last hour to fall back asleep, but I can't. Yet again, I'm tossing and turning, unable to shut down my brain. Why? Because I'm stressed. I'm stressed about my students. I'm so stressed that the only thing I can think to do is to take my thoughts and write them down tonight and vow to myself that tomorrow I'm going to tell students the truth, the real truth I've been needing to say. This is what students really need to hear. First, you need to know that I care about you. In fact, I may care about you more than you care about yourself. And I care about you more than your grades and your test scores, more than your GPAs and your SATs, more than the state-required benchmark minimum that tells me how much I'm supposed to care. I care about you as a person. And because I care, I need to be honest with you. Do I have your permission to be honest both in what I say and how I say it? Here's the thing. Teachers lose sleep because of you every week. But before I tell you why, there's something you need to understand about school. You see, academic learning is not the main event of school. It never has been, and it probably never will be. Yes, algebra, essay writing, the judicial process, Spanish, all are important. All can change your life. They are events, but they are not the main event. The main event of school is dealing with the harshness of life, learning how to deal with adversity, learning how to deal with harshness as simple as a forgotten locker combination, to obnoxious peers, to gossip, to being doubted by others, to doubting yourself, and still through all of it, pushing to be the best version of yourself no matter what. The main event of school is conquering adversity. It is your resilience and conquering the main event, adversity, that truly prepares you for life after school. Because mark my words, school is not the last time you will face great difficulty. Yes, you will have moments more beautiful than you can imagine, but you will also confront tragedy, frustration, fear, and doubt in the years to come. You shouldn't be worried about the fact that you will face great adversities. You should be worried because you are setting yourself up to fail at overcoming them. Here's the real reason why teachers lose sleep because of you every single week. You are failing the main event of school. You are quitting. And you may not think you are quitting, but you are, because quitting wears many masks. For some of you, quitting looks like throwing the day away and not even picking up a pencil to try to write a sentence or a fraction because you think you can't, or it doesn't matter, or it's not worth it, but it is. What you write is not the main event. The fact that you choose to take charge of your own doubt, your own weakness, your own boredom in order to write when you get challenged, that is the main event. Some of you quit by skipping class on a free education, a privilege that was paid for, bled for, died for by millions of people who came before you. Being punctual is not the main event. The main event is delaying your temptation and investing in your own intelligence, understanding that sometimes short-term pain leads to long-term gain, and that great people make great sacrifices for a greater good. For others, you quit by throwing disrespect at adults who ask you to go to class. Bowing to authority is not the main event. The main event is learning how to problem solve maturely, not letting your judgment be tainted by the stains of emotion. It's having grace and tact when every fiber of your being wants to hit or scream or run away. I see some of you quit by not taking opportunities, chances after chances after chances to pass a class.
Except there's this issue with the diploma. Every school's might look a little different. But in all the times that I've spoken to graduates and seen their diplomas at their big celebration, there's a very consistent theme. The information on a diploma at the end of high school usually says name of school, name of student, and the date they graduate. Those are very important details. except one thing is missing. Because if it's just school, student, and date of graduation, we're missing the most important piece, which is the date in which it all began. Because when we only look at grad as the piece that matters on the piece of paper, everyone's just running to the destination, hoping they get there, still with some like gas in the tank as a high school student. Whereas if we equally acknowledge the beginning and the whole time in between, that's when students really have this opportunity to say, well, I know that this is a day I'm picking this up, cool, but it's also reminding me of all the days that I was here. Super cool. Because even though these things are usually stacked up, they look quite similar, different names, a few different details, the contents of those diplomas are so vastly different for everybody that we can't even measure it. Although we as human beings are quite similar, our journey through a time in life such as high school has moments that are so specific to each of us that only we can really remember them. And it's not always easy to remember them, but if we think about it, we can. One of these might be a student who wanted to so badly be an athlete. So even though they tried out every single time to make the team, they didn't get it. That's part of their story. Maybe this student is the person who got straight A's from day one all the way to the end, breezed through the academics without even lifting a finger. Except perhaps they were also that person who was just aching for one friendship because they went so deep on the academics that perhaps they missed the opportunity to just have casual conversations, make a friend, get into some reasonable but not illegal amount of trouble. Perhaps this student is the one who showed up terrified and shaking because according to television, high school was scary. And then by the end, they had done so many things for so many other people that they even surprised themselves with the friends they made, the extracurriculars they were involved in, the grades they actually earned, the teachers that they met, the coaches that they learned from. Every single one of these things is packed with stories. Yet on the actual document, we're only given the ribbon for when they arrived. I'm not saying this is a problem. I'm saying this is an opportunity for us to work with students so that they make the time to appreciate what they've accomplished before they actually leave our high schools.